Agency with a strong portfolio in working with some of the leading Bulawayo-based companies like the Triggers of this world, United Refineries, just to name a few. You're here today because we're relaunching our talent management division, which was a division we ran in our early years, but it became a bit intense because we were still a small company on the come up and we had to put it on the back burner. But it showed that we always had an interest in helping talent grow. So what we decided this year was to get back into talent management. We looked at it and thought to ourselves, with the talent that it has, its strong management structures. People actually know how to take a brand from point A to point B, something we've done over and over with all the corporate clients we've worked with. So our game plan was to take on some artists that we felt were at 60 to 70% in terms of their progress, their growth, and what we decided who we decided to work with rather is McHoney, the Effect Band. These are the guys that were recently at the Amazing Voices competition in South Africa, and Ndaramu. And we're here today because we are also bringing Mzoe 7 to the table. Mzoe is going to be joining us together with some of the other artists that are in his under his care, let me say, because he's been managing some talent on his own as well. So we're taking on the Mzoe 7 brand, and our game plan is to take it to a whole new level, a level where all the talent in our structure can monetize from their craft, get their brands to a point where corporates are literally begging to associate with them, instead of the current status quo where we're always going with begging bowls to the corporate. So we're going to beef up these brands, make them really marketable brands that people want to associate with, and along the way just help them properly structure their careers, the way they release their projects, and hopefully we'll get into a new era of talent and in Bulawayo. Okay, Mzoe should have a bit to share as well.
This marks the start of a great journey. Yeah, one person who's always been out there, one person who's always been hardworking, but I've never really had a proper structure around me that's going to be looking into how my day-to-day goings are. Not mine, but the Mzoe 7, because Mzoe 7 is a brand. So I've done this, I've done that, and I figured out that I need to elevate, I need to grow as a brand. So for me to grow as a brand, I had to at least get management that is like-minded, that has got the brain at heart, growth at heart, and in mind. And I felt like KBM Agency it pretty much has all that: young minds, fresh minds, digital minds, and I feel like it's a great journey, and I'm humbled to be joining this team. It's a team of winners. You can check those guys; they are winners, hardworking guys, and I believe we're gonna have one of the best relationships, and we're gonna do a lot of things together.
How long is the deal?
Well, we're starting with 1-year agreements with all the talent we're working with, Mzoe included. Our plan at least is to show them what we can do, because we're not trying to promise them the moon and the stars, but we say to them, guys, we've got some skills, some talent, let's just try and put that together with what you have and see where it takes us. So they are on initial 1-year contracts, which are of course renewable if everyone's happy with the relationship and if we deliver on what we promise. So yeah.
Okay, we've heard Mzoe pointing out why he's joining you guys. From your side, why Mzoe 7?
When we first set out, like I had mentioned earlier, we wanted people that were, I would say, at 60 to 70%, because it's not like we have an unlimited bank account that we can just plow into this project. But we said the little we have, the resources we have, let's get people who are at 60 to 70%. And the names I mentioned earlier, McHoney, The Effect, Ndaramu, we looked at all those and thought definitely 60-70% ready to go. We looked at Mzoe and thought, hey, this guy's at 90%, because he's been pushing longer, he's a mainstay brand, We've got such a strong events portfolio, and every single time we were playing in that event space, and you're looking at which Bulawayo artists to team up with any other international shows we've done, you'd always know that's the first thing that comes to people's mind. You know, even the external promoters, when they come into town, the first name they think about, to be honest, is always Mzoe. So it was a no-brainer, to be honest.
Okay. You mentioned that you took a sabbatical from talent management, and now that you're back, are you really back? What's the difference now?
So we feel the industry is a lot ready now. There's online media. It's so much easier to distribute the music. You're not worried about having to beg someone to play your music, having to beg a radio station to play your music, which are the challenges we faced the first time round we worked with talent. And with the acceptance of online and social media and streaming sites, we thought to ourselves, there's no better time than now. And just the movement from people locally who are saying, where are our artists? You know, and that whole conversation that's been making waves. That whole conversation, it just touched us, and we thought, no way, people are just disrespecting the talent. Bulawayo has produced so many artists who've gone on to make it from South Africa, a much more competitive environment. So it only makes sense for us to come back home and say, let's fix something here. Let's just try and switch it up and get this talent at a point where it can monetize, at a point where the brands are long lasting and not just one-hit wonders.
Okay, what's your immediate goal? Both parties, Mzoe 7, KBM, what's your immediate goal getting into this marriage?
Is that one for me? Yeah, as I said, those guys are not here to sell me dreams. First of all, that's why I joined those guys. And we already had a chat about where we're going, what we're doing. We already sat down before even signing the contracts, because I feel like the agreement was already made, and then we looked into to say already we're in festive season. We need an EP, we need a full product from Mzoe 7. I've always been a single person, because it's easy to manage singles than an album. An album needs attention, needs a lot of work and stuff. An EP also, it needs attention, it needs people to work. So the team is ready to work on the EP. The team is ready to make sure that we've got more visuals, proper visuals. They're already working on the online image. A lot of things are already changing. So that's the other thing why I joined these guys, because they're not dreamers only, but they're guys who work. You know, already we're speaking, but there's work in progress. That's already been put in. For me, that was a big tick. You know, I'm not gonna wait to say, oh, okay, we're gonna plan to work on a tour or something. No, let's start today. Let's start working on something today. And those guys already done that.
So we, as Mzoe has mentioned, we've got the EP cooking up. In the first conversation we had, Mzoe was telling about all the singles he's dropping, and we said, Mzoe, let's pack this thing into an EP. We know an EP is tour friendly. You know, you got an EP, it's easy to get a lot of support behind it. It's easy to structure a tour for an EP. It's easy to structure so many things for an EP, because it's an end product instead of a single on its own. So that's our immediate game plan with the Mzoe project. Get an EP out, get some December action happening. It's going to be a really exciting time. Just to add on as well with the other talent we have in-house, Fish is working on a banger EP as well. So it's going to be a solid December. He's got an exciting South African artist on the cards for his EP. I'm sure we're going to reveal all those when we have the bigger presser with all the other artists for a big reveal.